5 months ago, we bought this 2-acre plot with 2 big asbestos barns on it. And we've spent the last 6 weeks making the first one look like this. We stripped off all the old asbestos cladding, repainted the frame, reclad the whole thing, and we've had it spray foam insulated.
So it's now ready for me to kit out into my dream workshop. But this week, we need to press pause.
Because we need to take down this even bigger shed to make way for our new house.
But first up, we need somewhere to put all this. Now I know what you're all thinking. 18 metre by 12 metre workshop. But this is a workshop, not a storage unit. So I don't want to fill it up with all the stuff in there and the machines as well, because we want to use this workshop to help build the house when we come to do it. And if we stuck it all in here, we'd have to be working around it all the time.
We are fully aware that people build houses all the time without giant, great big workshops like this or all of this storage space. But we've learned over the years that it's so much easier and faster if we set ourselves up properly, and we just enjoy it so much more. It's like when we refurbished the machines. Yes, it was a little bit of money, time and work, but we're now reaping the rewards. If you've been following for a while, you'll also know we intend to build an 18 metre by 6 metre lean-to off of the side here. So you might think, well, why don't you just crack on with that, and then you can put all your storage and your machines under there. But our problem with that is that we need to get planning permission to do that, and that is not likely to come through until spring if everything goes to plan.
So a couple of weeks ago, I had a great idea. So we went to go check it out.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah.
It looks in good nick. It also looks massive though. Go find somebody, boy, go find somebody.
Just crack on, he says.
Just crack on, let's go.
What do you think? 40 or 45 foot trailer, curtain sider. So what we're thinking is obviously we can then open the curtains, telehandler in the side, storage. It'll be sealed from the weather, and then we can have the shipping container, say, here, and then put a tarp between the two so the machines can be in the middle, but then we can store everything inside.
Actually, this little tractor trailer is doing a perfect demonstration for us of what it would do. So yeah, just imagine a extra curtain side, a curtain over the top like that, and then this would be a nice little storage area.
It would be good if we could get one like this, because this will be a double deck one, so it'll have like a false floor halfway up as well, so then we could double the storage. But
I think that's a little bit extreme.
We were saying on the way here, why are we the only ones that get things like this? Shipping containers when they're building houses, 45 foot trailers when they're building houses. Do you reckon we're smart, or
do we buy unnecessary things? I am genuinely quite impressed by this. It's in a lot better nick than I thought it would be. I say that now John's found a hole. But...
couple of tears there, but because we've got spare curtains, I can repair that, because all you do with that is a big heat gun. Look,
or would an iron do it?
No, like that heat gun I've got, you know, the big heavy duty one?
Oh, the big nasty.
You do that with a roller like this, and basically what you do is you melt this patch onto that.
Oh, just like that then?
Yeah, so we got all the gear for that, so I don't even have to buy tools.
Oh, devastating.
I know.
Oh, the back doors are a little bit sad,
well, yeah,
though.
I knew they would be a bit grim. Oh yeah, see, it looks pretty dry.
Look at the size of that. Can I pull on that?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we get some straps as well, look.
Oh God. It's enormous though, look. Anyone knows how fast I am at running.
A couple of drips, a bit of a wet spot there as well.
Yeah, oh yeah, big wet patch, that's not ideal.
I don't know if that's condensating either, or it's dripping from there, look.
Tell you what though, we get a lot of stuff in here though, wouldn't we? And one of the reasons we thought about a trailer is that obviously it's on wheels, so we can move it around. Yeah. Whereas one of the reasons we didn't get a 40-foot shipping container is it weighs too much for the telehandler to move.
Yeah, and the other thing about a shipping container as well is you only load it from the front. So if you've got something at the back, you're knackered basically, whereas this, we could load it all the way front to the back, stack it and everything like that, and we can always get stuff in.
Tell you what, make a nice old camp for this, wouldn't it?
Look at this big beast. Old Polish tank. He was just saying it's one of his customers. He brought it to the yard, but the only way when you get inside it you can see is that tiny little glass window there and that tiny one there. It's a ripper. But it's a done deal.
It is a done deal. And also, to answer the question, does anyone else do it? He said he had a Tesco trailer when he was building his house as well. So he's such a nice bloke as well. I love it when you buy things off of nice people. Got to get it delivered now.
And hope we don't get it bogged when we get it delivered.
Yeah.
The good news is she's here and we didn't get bogged.
But I feel like there's probably a few more things we need to explain first, because you'll probably be thinking, well, if you can't start on the house until spring, then why do you need to take this down and figure out extra storage?
Yeah, why not just wait until we've done the lean-to and then all that can go in there? But
the thing is that if you followed for a while, I'm sorry, you will know about the GCP, the ground contamination police. But one of our conditions on the planning that already exists on the property, which is what's allowing us to be here and do what we're doing, is that we have to get the soil all sampled for ground contamination. Now, we've done phase 1 of that, but they want phase 2, which requires them to come out and dig trial pits and take soil samples and all of that palaver. And to do that, they want us to remove all of the asbestos from site.
which obviously we've done that one over there and all the asbestos is in the corner waiting, but we now have this beast to tackle. Another reason we're desperate to get the old ground contamination report done and dusted is for this state. We put the guttering on the other day and it's getting that bad now that we're bottoming out in the middle here, and these trenches are unbelievable. But the good thing is now the rain won't drop down and make this wall all dirty and damp.
Yeah, because once we get ground contamination approval, oh no, I'll just stay here. Once we get ground contamination approval, it means that we can officially dig on site, so we can help sort out our drainage, and we can also get water connected to the property as well. Although I think we're all right for rainwater for a while.
Are you coming out?
I'm gonna have to. Oh. 1, okay. No, God. We're good. We're good. It's all good.
Another reason I want to get this building down though is this lean-to off the side. I want to use all the steels and the timbers to do the lean-to on there, and all that section I can use the steels and the timbers to make the mezzanine floor in the shed.
This trailer is also a bit of a long-term investment for us, because by the time we finish the shed and the lean-to, most of this stuff should have found a permanent home. But this trailer is actually going to end up paying for itself, because we intend to build our timber frame for our home entirely ourselves. Most people, when they do self-builds, will get a timber frame that's made in a factory and they bring it to site and put it together with a crane, a bit like hardcore Lego. But we're going to do all the joinery and everything from scratch ourselves in our shed. But one thing that's going to make it so much cheaper, apart from saving on the labour obviously, is if we can buy all of the materials in bulk. So for example, if we can buy all of the insulation for the entire house in one go, we'll get it at such a cheaper rate. But we need somewhere to store that, and if we leave it out in the rain, it'll blow away and get damaged. So if we can put it all in here, it'll keep it nice and safe and secure for us.
It's not just our building materials that we need to keep secure though. It's becoming increasingly important to keep your personal information safe too. And just like our trailer protects our materials, the sponsor of this week's video, Incogni, protects our privacy and helps to keep our personal information safe. Incogni is a personal information removal service, and they reduce your risk of scams, identity theft and spam by getting your information removed from lists and databases that companies create so that they can sell them to businesses like insurers and marketers. Not only is this really invasive, but it can affect things like whether you get a loan or not and how much your insurance costs. But the even bigger problem is that these databases get hacked regularly, and every year millions of people's personal information ends up in the hands of criminals who do things like steal your identity. Now, you have the right to be removed from these lists, but it makes the companies a lot of money, so they don't make it easy. But Incogni takes all the hard work out of it for you. All you have to do is sign up and authorise your removal, and they'll get to work getting you removed from all the lists that make you vulnerable to the bad guys.
They also have a service called Custom Removals, where you can send your dedicated privacy expert any website that exposes your details, and they'll get you removed so long as they legally can. They also offer a 30-day money-back guarantee, and you'll get 60% off an annual plan if you use our code TRUEBLUE. So just go to incogni.com/trueblue, and I'll put a link in the description for you. Whoa! If one of them clips hits you in the face, it is gonna hurt.
Any lorry drivers now watching, they'll be horrified.
They'll be cringing. Just in time, the reinforcements have arrived.
I got my mum and dad to bring the big trailer down because some of the stuff in here we don't want to be putting in the trailer, because things like the soil sifter, well, I don't think we're going to be sifting any soil soon, so I'm going to chuck them in there and then take them home for the time being, because now Big Red's gone, we've got the lean-to to put in. So we've got my mum in there organising things, got my dad in the telehandler as the driver, and me and Jess are the sorters.
This does feel a little bit like deja vu. It feels like 2 minutes ago we were only putting all this stuff in the barn. How much easier would it have been if we'd thought of getting the trailer first? That is a health and safety violation, Mr. Payne. Or sing us a tune. Hello, Mudkids. This is the last piece to go in the trailer now, my stone barrier for the tractor. But the ludicrous thing is, she's pretty full. Don't get me wrong, we could have stacked her a little bit more densely, but this is all we need to get in for now. But the crazy thing is, once the shed is done, the only thing that's going to be left in here is my stone barrier and probably that toilet. The rest is all John's tool obsession. And that's the last thing loaded on this trailer to go home.
It is officially empty and weirdly looks a lot tidier as well, but the trailer, what a buy that was.
It was a beauty. So the trailer cost us £1,600, including delivery, and hopefully by the time we're done, we'll be able to sell it for that as well. But our new plan is that nothing that is going to stay in the same place for very long is going any further forward on the property than this line here. Because you'll remember when we put the static in place, we're going to have our end of our garden fence here. So in theory, we could build the house, do the garden, do my orchard, everything, and all of this stuff could stay here. So that's the plan, to hopefully stop us triple and quadruple handling everything from now on. And round the corner here, the only slight problem I have with our new plan is that it looks like we have a salvage yard from the road.
But yesterday we had a delivery and we have an asbestos skip here. This is the enclosed skip that we're going to be putting all the sheets in and they take it to landfill. So yesterday we started filling it up.
So we just put the 3-metre forks on the telehandler, and then all of the asbestos that we'd taken off of the old shed, we reached it in and then sort of picked it up. John could take the pallet out the back and then used it to push it in. It was so satisfying, the muscle power it gives you.
And then the rest of it we just handballed in to fill it up pretty much. We tried a bit of Tetris to get it in as tight as we can, but we're going to need another skip, which isn't the end of the world. It doesn't look that full, but the problem is the sheets that we've got on the top there are 3 metres, and there's pretty much, or if not more, than what was in the barn. So there's no way it's going to get in. We did our calculations, so.
Yeah, it's only going to cost us an extra £400 to get an extra skip though. So it's not the end of the world. We're still saving £18,600 doing it ourselves.
We had a bit of a recce yesterday as well about the best way of getting the cladding off, because once you got all the gear on, it's hard work to communicate.
Yeah, it's proper hard.
What we did is we took all the capping off the sides and all the guttering off the front as well, so we could see the way they're secured on and everything like that. The biggest problem we've got though, look at the state of it. It just keeps raining and raining, and now it's turning it into, well, I'm calling it porridge, basically.
I think it looks very much like chocolate cake mix, to be honest with you.
And the problem is because the water's not draining off, it absolutely stinks as well. So with regards to in here, the ground's not much better because it's filled with shells, because I'm guessing the old farmer had this kind of an issue going on. So the shells is almost like a cheap hardcore, which is quite solid until you get to another bit and it gets real soft. When we were bringing the telehandler in over here yesterday, it just sunk. So we're a bit dubious about bringing the scissor lift in, because a little bit of an angle down at the bottom here is not too bad. But at the top there, I think it's about 7 metres tall. So by the time you get up 7 metres, it's going to be a bit of the old Leaning Tower of Pisa, yeah. So yesterday, I took a little drive out and we got some of these mats.
I've had to make the plunge.
A lot of people in the comments were saying use some 18mm ply boards, but the only problem is, like I say, you've seen the state of the place, so as soon as we put them down, they just soak up all the water, and I think they'd last 2 minutes. Then I've got to find a dry place to put them away, whereas these, These are, I think these are 18 mil solid plastic. So I could basically leave them outside for years and years and they'd still be as good as new. And same again, I could hopefully sell them for what I bought them for. Another marketplace fine bargain.
Your favourite.
Although it was a bit brutal, I had to buy 8 boards because by the time you put a few down and then move them, 75 quid each. Was that 600 quid?
£600. But they will come in useful, hopefully anyway, for lots of jobs around the place, even if it's just to keep my sanity. I may end up putting them at the front of the caravan. My worry is they're going to get like suctioned down into the mud and we'll have to use the telehandler to drag them around.
They're good though, eh?
They are good. Why is there so many of you? Look at all the worms I've just found on one board. Move them so they don't get squished.
Come on, girl. Chop, chop.
I'm coming. Oh my God. Oh my God, it's stuck down.
Look at that for a fit, look.
That was close. Stop! John, listen to me for once in your goddamn life.
I don't think we need it here because we're not going that tall. We're only going to this one here.
Yeah, but it's already sinking.
We're not sinking.
You are.
Yeah, that's just making a track.
Such a knob. Sexy suits are back on and it is a go time. We've got Sid on the telehandler this morning. He is the driver for the day. And Deb is looking particularly fetching in her suit this morning. Give us a pose. Oh, baby, oh, I'm loving it. And then we've got John up in the scissor lift. So it is a go time.
We're one day down, but I tell you this for free, this shed is no joke. It makes that one there look like an absolute delight to do. But we are winning, just slowly. This area was under a foot of water only a couple of weeks ago.
You ready for another day of charades today?
Oh, God.
That's probably the worst thing about doing this is we started to get a bit antsy with everyone yesterday because you're like, and then also like we're working away. Jess disappears for a nervous poo, doesn't she? But the reason we were wearing them masks yesterday wasn't for a fashion statement. It was because all of these sheets are asbestos. Now, I know some of you will be having kittens right now thinking we're not allowed to do it, but when we did the small shed, we went through all the ways we are allowed to do it, why we're doing it ourselves, but also the do's and don'ts, PP and everything like that. So if you are interested in removing asbestos and how we did it, go watch that video. We just don't want to repeat ourselves in this one for people that have seen that. But after Mum and Dad helped us get all the lean-to off yesterday, once they gone to pick up Big Bad Bri from puppy daycare, we cracked on with this side of the roof as well. So we did it the same as we did the small shed, where we removed all the ridge capping off the middle first, and then we had the telehandler up there with a pallet and just slid it onto that. Then when it comes to these sheets here, they were only held on by a couple of screws. So we just snipped them, slid them into the cage, and then same again onto a pallet on the telehandler. But the extra pair of hands are back today. And we've also got another extra pair of hands and feet. Because Big Bad Bri's here. Wait. Go on then. He loves it. Think you're going to need to change your footwear though, Mum? They won't last too long in this mud.
When it comes to removing these sheets, the sides are held on by J-bolts like it was in the little shed. We thought the top ones were screwed in from the top. It turns out these are actually nails. So we got a real good tip on the last video. Somebody said about using a reciprocating saw. So you just get it in there, because obviously the grinder won't fit. Cuts the bolt off like that. So thanks very much for the tip.
Do you want to say hello to the people? You show them your ball? Is this fun? Is it good? Yeah?
We are finally onto the last side. Now we foolishly thought that these inside would be the easy bit. Oh boy, we were wrong. Thank God for that. Whew.
Well, it makes a change for something else to be naked in these videos, apart from myself.
A very pleasant change, I will say.
Doesn't look as good though, does it?
Oh God,
But
I think it looks much better.
we got the old asbestos skip loaded up last night. I know there's plenty of space around it. We could have got more in, but like I say, because we have to get another one, because there's so much more left, I hope it goes in the next one. We just sort of chucked it in the end. But what a job that was. There's two things that helped us out no end yesterday. And that was my mum and dad coming to help, because unbelievably, 4 hands is better than 2.
Shocking.
Or 8 it would be, I suppose,
And
isn't it?
actually, you can't forget Brian, because, you know, he keeps everybody's spirits up. He's like the emotional support dog of the household.
But also these mats, I would pay double what we paid for these now. They're so good, so we're definitely keeping these. And we had quite a few people say they would offer to lend us some, so thanks very much. But I wouldn't expect to lend them for this amount of time. And to be honest, I think these are here to stay.
They are. And you know, when I was joking, saying that I might put them out the front of the caravan, that's not a joke anymore. That is where they are going when we have finished taking this down.
But I can't wait to take this frame down. I'm dead excited to see how it was all put together, because it was built about 50 years ago. The concrete foundations that are in here, I think normally now they have to be like a metre cubed. Well, these don't look a metre cube. I know, like, I normally like to say things look bigger than they are, but that definitely isn't a metre.
I'm certain that in this day and age, you would not get away with doing concrete foundations in a 44-gallon drum.
And also, we had quite a few people saying, are we worried about the fact that it floods in this corner here and we're going to build our house on this plot? Not really, to be honest, because I think it's a multitude of things for why it does flood there. Like we said before, it being a low spot, the roof with no gutters and everything like that. But we are in a flood zone, so we will have to build a house higher than normal.
Yeah, and it does sound quite scary that we're building a house in a flood zone, but the entirety of the Fens is a flood zone. And actually, there's loads of them all over the UK. But it's one of the reasons that we got the topography survey done, because when he went round with his Gandalf stick, he got us a level of the entire property. And then the flood risk assessor will use that to tell us exactly how high we need to build our foundations to make sure that even if there's a catastrophic 1 in a 1,000 year flood, the house will still be absolutely fine. One thing that does scare me though is what kind of foundations we're actually going to have to build. Because of the type of soil that we've got, it is possible that we have to essentially build like pylons in the ground.
See, I'm not too bothered about that because we've got the house next door. So that
true.
must be on the same soil. All
And
right.
that's only 20 years old as well.
Yeah,
So,
and that's
but
not
then,
got pylons and.
Yeah.
But I suppose regs have changed. I don't know.
Yeah,
We'll see.
We'll see. But that's a job for the structural engineer to figure out. But what he needs is when the ground contamination guys come back,
GCP!
the GCP, because they now can, once we've got rid of the asbestos, they're also going to do some soil testing for us to find out about the plasticity of it and the drainage of it for soakaways, and its ground bearing pressure tests as well we have to get done.
Yeah, and hopefully they're coming next week, the old GCP, which I'm looking forward to, but not because it's going to be one of them pull your pants down moments.
Well, I don't mind. We have to pay it. It's fine. I just hope that it comes back okay and we don't have to then spend an absolute fortune doing remediation work. So we've done the absolute best that we can.
But I'm kind of getting used to this mud.
God.
I could like just keep it, you know. Could be a feature of the plot.
A feature of the plot. I think that my feature of the plot I would prefer is some like nice gravel and fruit trees personally, and maybe a bit of lawn.
But anyways, we're going to leave you there.
Thanks ever so much for coming with us this week. We look forward to seeing you guys next Saturday, and don't forget about that Incogni link in the description.
We're going to start taking this frame down in about 10 minutes.
Not 10 minutes, a few days.